Ciao, I'm Enzo.
I'm Celia.
This is a Piazza Talk, our channel about our life in Lucca
and in the Tuscan hills.
Please hit the subscribe button. Grazie. We are on the road to the Compitese area.
So let's take a couple of hours off and go and see if there are any camellias still out.
Okay.
Perhaps we should explain that this area of Compitese, just outside Lucca, is very famous for its antique varieties of camellias. And every year during March, they open up gardens, and there are buses that take people up to these villages to admire these beautiful camellias. I think that it's a bit late now, but we'll see if there are any today. I've heard just now that they're actually going to do things during May, but I think the camellias will be finished. But we'll have a look.
Yeah, see what is actually there.
Yeah.
Let's look in the distance.
So this is the first tea plantation, and I don't know if it's still the only one, I have no idea, in Italy. And so we have a micro tea production.
Oh, this is the ex-workers club, and someone's found a solution to all the problems. Capitalismo è la vera pandemia. Capitalism is a real pandemic. Interesting? Celia, shall we do Edinburgh cordial?
I wonder what the Italians' reaction would be.
We should try. This is a trattoria where they press the olives. We're going to cook one of the recipes that create huge arguments in families, friends, communities. It is very simple, it's delicious, but still fighting ground for many people. It is the spaghetti alla amatriciana, or some people say matriciana. I prefer amatriciana.
And why is it such an point of argument?
Because they say, what kind of pasta do we use? Spaghetti, bucatini, short pasta, long pasta, and pecorino romano. But some people say different kind of pecorino. Guanciale, which is the pork cheek, cured pork cheek. And then the amount of tomatoes, chili, no chili, wine, no wine. Basically, the idea is that we don't use onions and garlic.
And that's the one thing everybody agrees on.
Completely, yeah. Even if I found somebody online that put the onions and said that, oh, this is an exception, we like it. But that's not what we should do.
But however you cook it, it's good.
It's fantastic. The recipe we're going to cook today has got, first of all, the guanciale, which is, as I said, a cured pork cheek.
And there's no argument about that.
No argument about that. Even if I would say that if you don't have it, you can use the pancetta, good Italian bacon. Then the pecorino, and we got to use a pecorino romano, which is also actually widely available outside Italy. Then we have dry chilies. You can use fresh chili if you like. Tomatoes, I got chopped tomato, there are some marzano. And we have a little bit of white wine, dry wine is better, and olive oil.
Extra virgin.
Then the pasta. We are going to use spaghetti, thick spaghetti, they're very nice.
And that's one thing about this recipe, isn't it? That you use thicker pasta.
Yes, we use actually thicker pasta, it needs a bit of a bite, I would say. I'm cutting the guanciale, I'm removing the outside. That is good to keep for some of the recipes, because it's delicious.
Like pasta fagioli, pasta with beans.
This recipe, Amatriciana or Matriciana, could be found in the trattoria in Rome, historically there, but originates in a town called Amatrice, which is in the mountains between Rome and the Adriatic Sea. This city was hit by a horrible earthquake a few years ago, and many restaurants around the world were cooking this recipe. At the time, they were devoting some of the profits to a fund for reconstructing the town of Amatrice. And it was a terrible tragedy for everybody there. I put a bit of olive oil in this saucepan, I mean probably a tablespoon or more than that, and it would help the fat to be released. In the meantime, I put some water on the stove, and this water is going to boil while we're cooking the sauce. And then I'm going to add the guanciale to the oil.
Because the beauty about this is that it cooks in the time your pasta cooks.
Absolutely, it's a quick recipe. And we need to add chili. The guanciale is cooked now. I'm going to add
And the white wine has another reason, doesn't it, as well as the taste?
yes, the taste the first thing, but also stops the guanciale cooking further, getting burnt.
It keeps it crisp. Right?
It's crisp as well, yes. Now I'm going to remove the chili, and also the guanciale. Now we add the tomatoes. The sauce will be ready in a few minutes. The water is nearly boiling. Salt in the pasta water. The water is boiling, you can put up pasta in. The pasta is nearly ready, and now I'm going to add the guanciale to the sauce. And I'm going to season. If it is too dry, just add a tiny bit of water from the pasta.
I think for such a traditional dish, we should use a mega traditional plate.
Yes, this plate has been in the family for, I don't know, forever. And now we sprinkle, cover it with the pecorino romano. Look how wonderful it is.
Yummy. Well, I'm now going to try this iconic dish.
It's a monument of Italian cuisine.
And I'm sure there'll be lots of arguments about what's right and what's wrong and so on, but
Well, tell me, how is it?
it's delicious. And I think whatever form one does it in, it would be delicious.
But the trick is you need a small number of ingredients.
And to cook them with a bit of amore. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe. It's the easiest way to help us and is free. Thank you so much. And the recipe is in the description box below.